Hi. Yes,
Yes,
I
I
know
know
this
this
isn't
isn't
the
the
only
only
reality
reality
that
that
exists,
exists,
but
but
you may
you
be
may be
wondering
wondering
where the
where the
file
file
for this
for this
log
log
is,
is,
where
where
the
the
date
date
or
or
the
the
code
code
is
is
for it.
for it.
Well,
Well,
unfortunately for
unfortunately for
you,
you,
this
this
is not
is
a
not a
file,
file,
or
or
not
not
yet.
yet.
I
I
am
am
MalO,
MalO,
the,
the,
as you
as you
human
even
call it,
call it,
God
God
of this
of this
universe.
universe.
But
But
the
the
true
true
thing
thing
is,
is,
I
I
am
am
what
what
you
you
feel
feel
when you
when
have
you
the
have the
feeling
feeling
of
of
being
being
watched,
watched,
the
the
fear
fear
and
and
anxiety
anxiety
of
of
eyes
eyes
on the
on the
back of
back
your
of your
neck,
neck,
yet you
yet you
see
see
nothing
nothing
there
there
when you
when you
turn your
turn your
head.
head.
But I
But I
am
am
there.
there.
I
I
am
am
watching
watching
you.
you.
I
I
am
am
the
the
nothing
nothing
that you
that you
fear.
fear.
I
I
am
am
the
the
nothing
nothing
that
that
haunts
haunts
your
your
nightmare.
nightmare.
But
But
don't be
don't be
afraid.
afraid.
I don't
I
mean
don't
any
mean any
true
true
harm.
harm.
Well,
Well,
not
not
yet,
yet,
but
but
we'll get
we'll
to
get
that
to that
eventually,
eventually,
won't
won't
we?
we?
For
For
now,
now,
I'd like
I'd
to
like to
continue to
continue to
share
share
these
these
files with
files with
you
you
to
to
show
show
you
you
what
what
God's
God's
house
house
contained,
contained,
just in
just in
case a
case a
little
little
mishap
mishap
was to
was to
happen,
happen,
and
and
some of
some of
their
their
creatures
creatures
got
got
loose.
loose.
But
But
those will
those
be
will be
shared
shared
more
more
later
later
on.
on.
For
For
now,
now,
I
I
think it's
think it's
time
time
for the
for the
interview,
interview
and for
and for
you to
you to
learn
learn
truly
truly
what
what
I
I
am.
am.
Dr. Samuel Welsh, please report to Area 12. Dr. Samuel Welsh, please report to Area 12.
At the time, continued the delay of the cycles and archangels were running around. God's house had just received a new entity. This one, however, was something else entirely. It was neither human nor alien, a god or mortal, man or beast. Finally, Dr. Samuel Welch, now referred to from this point on as Samuel, would arrive at the requested area, escorted by two dominions. Samuel would look at one of the archangels as he spoke to them.
How bad is this creature? If sorry, consider Euclid.
One of the archangels would look to Samuel, speaking briefly.
St. Michael said that this thing don't really got a classification. It really can't have one, but our system needs us to make one, so we gave it Euclid for the time being.
Samuel would sigh as they'd finally reach and enter the containment cell.
Guess I won't get any more out of either of you. That's fine. Guess my job to figure all this shit out anyhow.
The archangels would nod as they left the cell, standing outside the cell as of now. Samuel would grab their chair and sit down, looking through a glass wall. They would see exactly what they were here for, a teenager.
Excuse me. You're what's so special? You're a teenager. Sure, you're all a little off. But still, really?
Samuel asked, crossing his arms as he raised a brow, confusion etched into his tone. The teenager would look up and wave before they got to their feet, stretching.
Your morals are always so quick to assume. It's probably your worst flaw. Well, besides the wanting to kill, but that's life more so.
The teenager would then walk up to the glass as they spoke, taking a vow.
Name's MalO. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Samuel Welsh.
Samuel's eyes grew wide as he spoke, confusion and now a sense of caution stirring with their words.
How do you know my name, MalO? I don't wear a name tag, nor have I told you my name.
MalO would laugh, shaking their head.
My apologies, Samuel. To put simply, I know basically everything. I've seen everything. I am not what you think I am. Technically, I am an anomaly, yes. Yet also, I am not.
Samuel would tilt his head, confused.
Okay. Slow down. First things first. What are you? You're human, yet you know everything and all that.
MalO would sigh, snapping their fingers, a beanbag forming behind them as they fell backwards.
Bold of you to assume I am human, Samuel. Very bold indeed. Now, do you want the short or the long for your answer? And be warned, the long one is most likely the confusing answer.
MalO asked, crossing its arms. Samuel would think for a moment before nodding.
Long and confusing. Seen a lot of weird shit in my time here. Doubt you'll surprise me. I mean, even something that
He spoke, gesturing to a beanbag.
doesn't surprise me. Let's go ahead, MalO. Take your best shot.
MalO nodded and snapped again, a drink forming in their hand, taking a sip before they began to speak.
Right. I am MalO. However, that is not who I truly am. I am anything, and yet I am nothing. I am a walking paradox who exists without existing. I am quite literally nothing.
MalO spoke before taking another swig of their drink, allowing Samuel to speak now.
You're a paradox? A walking contradiction? How the hell is that even possible? I mean, you say you're nothing, but yet you're here. I can see you. I can hear you. That's not nothing. That's something.
Samuel spoke, shaking his head. Apparently, they hadn't seen everything yet. MalO would sigh again before they spoke once more.
Told you it was confusing for you mortals, but let me explain again. You mortals cannot comprehend nothing, like truly nothing, correct?
Samuel would nod yes to the question.
Right. So, in order for you mortals to understand nothing, you have to give it form. Make it something to preserve it as nothing, which in turn gave way to my physical form.
Samuel would nod as they think for a moment before speaking up again.
Okay, so wait. First off, I don't know how, but that makes a lot of sense. But also, why would it give you this form? A teenager.
MalO would snicker, snapping again, their form warping into an exact copy of Samuel. Not one detail was off, not even a little. Samuel's eyes grew wide as he looked at themselves, a perfect mirror.
Oh, no, that's just a form I choose. I mean, they can be whatever I want, really.
Samuel would shake his head before MalO walked back to their usual form.
So you're telling me that you don't have a true form. You could be whatever you want. Because you're nothing.
Samuel spoke from a hand to his head, taking a breath to steady himself. This is already been a lot more than he ever expected on his first interview. MalO would give a thumbs up as it spoke again.
Righto. You learn fast, Samuel. But yeah, basically, I am limitless in power because, well, you can't really limit nothing.
MalO shrugged. Samuel would stand up and he shook his head.
So we're fucked. Wait. If you're limitless in power and shit, why don't you escape? Take down this whole facility.
He asked, crossing his arms, a tone of fear and caution pressing into his words. MalO would shrug as they finished up their drink before standing back up, the beanbag disappearing.
Well, I'm bored, and you mortals harbor some very interesting individuals. I mean, a dragon that harbors the void, a psychotic human with wings from an entirely different galaxy, and that's not even all of it. Even if I know all this and everything, it's still interesting to see these things up close without having to be sneaky.
MalO laughed as they'd stretch. Samuel would press a palm to their face once more, sighing.
So you're here and cooperating because you're bored.
MalO would nod with a yawn.
Basically, yeah.
Samuel sighed, turning away to leave the room. This would be a interesting new anomaly.
This would be a interesting new anomaly.
Before leaving, Samuel would turn around, speaking one last time for the day.
I'll see you soon, MalO. We have much to discuss in log 1.
With that, Samuel would leave the containment room, walking out past the archangels.
Del St. Michael, subject 23A, now called MalO, is a Euclid class anomaly, as previously thought. However, make sure he knows that this thing so far is extremely docile, but can be catastrophic if that changes.
Samuel spoke to both archangels before heading back to his office. The archangels would nod before walking in organized formation to St. Michael.